Okay, so hi guys, and welcome to the new episode of Ada Angels. This is our episode 2, and we have our special guest, Shweta is here. Yay! Hi, Shweta.
Hi, hi Amanda, hi Alex. Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh, I'm so happy that you were able to join us. Um, so yeah, I'm really curious about other things to learn about you. Um, So one thing I haven't heard about when I've seen you in other interviews and other like get-togethers with people is like, how did you really get into the engineering field?
That's a really good question. It goes long back. So when I was a child, as an Indian, my favorite subject was maths.
Mm,
So I always used to participate in maths and science Olympiads, and I started questioning the functionality of machines, especially that how do they function.
mhm.
So over the time, gradually this interest got developed, and I decided to just go with engineering because it matched with my personality.
Wow, that's really cool. Like I
Cool.
feel really like similar because I was always kind of like excelled in maths and sciences, and I loved English and arts too. But I mean, I felt more strong in that side as well.
Yeah, that's why we all are stakepool operators.
Mm, yeah, right.
Yeah, no, I'm not so technical though, but I think for me it was an art and English and other languages, you know.
Mhm, mhm.
So you've been born in India, Shweta?
Yes, I've been born and raised in India. So
How
it's only been 2 years I've been living in Denmark. Otherwise, I've spent all of my life in India.
Mhm.
Oh, really? That is so cool. Do you miss India?
Yeah, I lot. I especially miss my family. And especially after Corona, we are not allowed to travel. So it's been almost a year I haven't seen them. And
Oh,
it's been really, really tough.
I can relate to this because my family is in Poland and I haven't seen them. But no, it is hard. But otherwise, do you visit often or?
Mm. Um, I used to visit quite often, but ever since Corona happened, travel has been restricted. So
yeah.
earlier, I used to visit them at least twice a year, and
Mhm.
it's 14 hours flight. So it's quite a
Oh,
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, hopefully you can soon visit them. You know, hopefully this will be all over and we can just go back to normality, whatever that is.
Mhm.
Um, but
Fingers crossed.
So how about
so
your family? Are they into crypto as well? No.
No, not even close. They feel that I play with internet money.
Ah. So,
Yeah, but I'm trying to explain about Cardano to them. It has been very difficult, but my mom, she gave me a few INR to
mhm.
invest in Cardano, so I have her ADA
Oh,
safe in my.
nice. So, how did you really discover like the crypto space in general and find your way to Cardano?
Yeah. So it all happened when I was working at Accenture, and then some of my colleagues they were talking about how Cardano is the next Google of blockchain. So that
Mm,
got my attention. So I started researching about it, and then as a lot of people, I stumbled upon Charles' whiteboard,
mhm.
and then there was no going back from
Yeah.
that point.
So before that, did you have any knowledge of the crypto space?
Yeah, I did know about Bitcoin, but
Okay.
it was in a very negative
Okay.
because it's mostly associated with dark internet. So I
Mm,
kind of moved away from it
okay.
until Cardano happened.
Yeah, in my other talks, I always tell like I didn't know anything about this space until like before July. So to me, I feel like a total like newbie in this space, but I'm learning really, really quick. So,
Oh,
um,
wow, you've come a
yeah,
long way.
thanks.
And what about you, Alex? When did
well,
you discover?
I have been in the crypto space for a while, but just as an investor. And I really got involved at the beginning of this year, I guess. And it just went so quick. Like my involvement literally went from investing to being like really involved in this project, right? So yeah, but it's been a really interesting, few months. But can you tell us what are some positive experience you've had while you are, in Cardano?
There are a lot. It's hard to pinpoint a few, but the first most positive experience that I had when I tweeted something about Spokra, and then Charles retweeted it or he commented on it, and I was like, oh my God, Charles Hoskinson. So I was literally on cloud nine that day.
I remember that day.
2 nights after that.
Can you tell us, like, in few words, what is Spokra? I've heard that you've been a candidate for a Spokra board, but just for for newbies that don't know what Spokra is, can you just like explain in a simple way?
Yeah, so SPOCRA basically stands for Stake Pool Operators Collective Representative Assembly.
Okay.
And it all started when IOG launched their 20 pools without much information. So that caused a lot of chaos in the stake pool operators community. Then Charles, in one of his AMAs, he proposed that why don't you guys gather and create some assembly that would be an easier medium to communicate between 1,000+ SPOs and then 3 channels, that is Cardano Foundation, IOG, and Emergo.
Okay.
So, yeah.
What are your goals? What are your goals with Spokra?
So my main goal is to increase the involvement of women, followed by increase the penetration of Cardano in developing nations. Because with the launch of Gogan, we will have a lot of scope of building dApps for developing nations. So I come from India myself, I know how it can work, how we can benefit 1.3 billion people in India.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really looking forward to.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that
Like,
is awesome.
I just can't even imagine like how many lives it will change.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So yeah, you touched on like that really positive experience, like you had the Charles retweet. What about anything negative? Is anything like struck you as really negative while going SPO in the Cardano community?
Yeah, I have had a few experiences. You guys know about it. So whenever I talk about women openly, then there are a lot of people who disagree.
Mhm.
So I have gotten trolled quite a few times on Twitter.
Mm.
Initially, I used to get a lot of disappointment from that, but now I have developed a thick skin. Nothing
Mhm.
happens now.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a strange topic because it's like we don't want to put ourselves in a box, but we also want to be more involved and we want to show that women can be more involved. But I feel like the way to do that is to make the space just more inviting, So it's not that it's not really that women are not here or underrepresented. It's that there's a lack of interest. And so if we make it interesting and then we can hold their hand and bring them in, so.
True.
And make it look like a little bit less scary and simple, then perhaps there will be more involvement. Do you think that could be the case?
And especially after Ada Angels, I'm 100% sure there would be a lot more.
I hope so. It's one of my goals.
So there is this Cardano project called Catalyst. Can you help us understand what Catalyst is and what is your involvement in that?
Yeah, that's a really good question because I recently submitted a proposal on Catalyst.
Oh,
So Cardano has come up with a really interesting idea that whoever is a part of Cardano community, and if they have any interesting idea, they can just put a proposal, put the pricing of the proposal, and then if the proposal is good and if people like it, then they can vote on it, and the highest number of votes that any proposal would get would be funded by Cardano. So it could be one, it could be many, we don't know yet.
mhm.
So that's Catalyst, and I have recently submitted a proposal called Lovelace Academy. I am working on it along with two other SPOs. Maria, you must be knowing Maria from Cards, and there is another brilliant stake pool operator, Keith from SafeStack. So he is actually he is well versed in technical skills, and I think he knows Plutus and Marlowe already, and he's just developing more knowledge of it. So really looking forward to it. If it gets through, then it's going to be really, really amazing, because with introduction of Gogan, we really need to attract more developers in Cardano to build apps. So
Have you,
fingers crossed.
have you had any feedback from your proposal?
Yeah, so far we have got 70 plus likes and counting. And people have been really generous with their amazing feedback, and we are trying to inculcate as much as possible in the proposal.
That's amazing. That's really cool.
So who can vote for the projects?
I think anyone who is an ADA holder, you need to have minimum of 8,000 ADA. Don't quote me on it. Yeah, this is my assumption that you need to have 8,000 ADA to vote,
Okay.
and we will launch an app. Not really sure how the voting process is gonna be, but
Okay.
this is the idea that I have.
Yeah, so I went on and I created an account. So I don't remember them asking me or how they verified that I had any sort of amount. So I was wondering, like, what is the criteria to be eligible to vote? Because I don't remember getting checked or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
I don't
Um, maybe they let us know through a formal channel soon.
That's really cool. So do you think this will be really time consuming for you if the proposal will, go through?
Yeah, it's gonna be quite challenging because as you guys know, I'm already struggling with my time management skills.
yeah.
So my
Right.
full job.
Mhm.
And apart from that, I have my own stake pool to run. Then with this, I am banking on Maria and Keith to help as much as possible. I think it's gonna be Keith who would be doing a lot of work, and followed by Maria, and I'll just take a sit back and relax. Hopefully, I hope they don't see the show.
Well, you know they're gonna watch the show.
I think they will watch that. But I mean, we know that you are very busy and we are working full time. So it is really hard to, manage your time as it is. And on the top of that, there are just new projects coming, right? And we somehow have to like manage everything and like find the time for your personal life also. So yeah, it is really tough, but we can do it. We can totally do it.
Yeah, so when we're doing things like time management and prioritization, like in our life, and finding that work, SPO project balance, like it's good to, have your priorities, but you really do need to take time for yourself, like your mental health, your physical health. Because I mean, like if you take yourself, your health out of the game, then you're benched for a while, so you need to really prioritize your health as well. So what do you do to do that, like on your personal time? Like what do you enjoy doing that helps you decompress?
I really enjoy going hiking.
Mhm.
And it makes me feel closer to nature, and it also makes us realize that how tiny we are on this earth. All these stress that we take, all the jobs that we do are so unimportant when you think from a larger perspective of the universe. So that is something that I really enjoy. taking break from this life.
You went hiking not long ago, were you?
Yeah, I was in Mons Klint. So that is like one of the highest peaks or hills of Denmark.
Mhm.
And beauty of it is that as soon as the hill ends, there is a beach. So you go downhill,
Mhm.
relax at the beach, and then walk back up.
Mhm. It was funny because I think that was Sunday, and I was texting you so that you would see the messages when you got home, and then you responded to my messages. I was disappointed in you. I was like, you need to not look at your phone right now. This is your alone time, you know. But that's
Yeah, I remember you guys were like, go focus on hiking.
yeah. This is Shweta time. You need to like turn your phone off, you know. So, but I wanted to touch a little bit more, or touch back on India, because you mentioned one of your goals is to have penetration in India. So I was wondering, like, what are some of the things that you've done so far that's kind of like taken action in that direction?
Yeah, thanks for that question. I really wanted to talk about it. So, was India has a big crypto exchange called as WazirX, and fortunately, we have gotten a contact from that. And so, Priyank, you must be knowing Priyank. He's the Cardano ambassador, and he also runs a stake pool. He's another brilliant person that we have in Cardano community, and he also happens to be from India. So Priyank and I are in touch with WazirX guys to list Cardano or ADA under the rapid listing token. So if that happens, then 1.3 billion people of Cardano of India would be able to trade ADA on WazirX.
Wow.
So it's going to be a huge breakthrough if that gets through. So fingers crossed for that.
Yeah. So
India would be a huge market, right? Like,
especially with Gogan, Gogan is mostly focused on developing countries because of DeFi.
yeah.
If that happens, then India is the one of the most tempting markets in the world.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on the show. Is there anything else that you feel that you would like to share with us?
That's it. I really want to congratulate you guys on ADA Angels. I feel that this is something that we really needed in the Cardano community because there are not a lot of engaging channels.
Yeah, so
The-
like I know we talk a little bit about like, you know, your stake pool stuff and like a little bit technical stuff, but I hope that we're able to break it down into like more simple terms or more digestible so that everybody can understand. And then, you know, it really is great to make a connection between the operation side and the person running it, because, you know, you establish that trust with the person, and that's really important.
Yeah, that is very important. So thank you guys for having me.
thank you, Shweta. We really appreciating you taking your time. And you know, we love you. You are just amazing. And you know, whatever you're doing, yeah, whether it's your, you know, proposal or you know, you're helping the community really a lot, and we do appreciate that. I just want to say.
Yeah, I do
Thank you
think it's really funny that like our group calls her like mom. It's really funny.
Yeah, honestly, like she's like our mom, right? Like she created the Telegram group.
The ladies of Cardano. But I do think that I had to put my like Deadpool foot down and I'd be like, you know what? I don't need a mom. She's not my mom.
Yeah. Actually, I remember. It's
I
so funny.
I remember when you, Shweta, like commented under one of my Twitter, like, hey, you are really welcome to join. There is this group.
Mhm.
I'm like, is there a group? Like, that's so cool. Like, you know, because of like-minded people. And sometimes what it is, it can be quite overwhelming. I'm not saying that we're trying to like, you know, isolate ourselves, but I think when you are literally like, when there is only like 20, 30 or 40 women in the whole entire group, and there's like 1,000 people in total, right? It's sometimes quite like intimidating to ask a question, especially for someone that is like not technical, right? So I feel like we can just ask any question, and sometimes we're laughing, you know, from the silly gifs, and you know, like we're having our stories and that, and it's just like, yeah, it's really you know, welcoming, and it's just really beautiful how Cardano just, you know, like kind of like join everyone, like, you know, and we've met so many awesome people so far, and this is just like an amazing experience for everyone who's involved, I think.
Yeah, it's great.
But like, if you are a girl and like you're quite new and you know, you want to learn a little bit more about the space, like you can totally join our Telegram channel, and we will I think we can add in the description.
We'll post the link below for our group.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can totally ask us anything, like you know, you're just welcome to join.
Yep.
Yeah, I love our group, and I love you both. Thank you again. Yeah.
And then like I just thought I'm gonna have your group come on later to tell more about your Catalyst program, because I'm really interested in this Lovelace Academy. So I want to know more about that, and I'm sure others do too. So we'll schedule something for that.
That would be amazing. I couldn't thank you enough for that.
Okay, so we'll schedule that, and yeah, so thanks again, and we'll see everybody next time.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, guys.